I've learned from my father and things that I've learned from ITBP and the forces. First, I'll start with the things that I've learned from father. Always aim high for the best. As a 60-year-old, he's still fond of shoes. I once asked him, why are you still fond of shoes? He says, I've never worn till the age of 50. The first one I got was lost. It was my fantasy as a child to own a lot of shoes. He was born in interiors of a village in Madhya Pradesh to a school teacher and a housewife, 8th among the children of 10. My grandfather had thought tailoring as a profession for his 8th child, but my father had other plans. He wanted to be a doctor. He had limited options, either to leave his impractical and foolish dream or to give his dream a chance. He ran away from the house. Through all the hardships over a period of time, he took the exam and got through. It wasn't a happy ending yet. A village boy who had taken all his exams in Hindi entered the city medical college with no idea how would he pay for fee for his accommodation and studies. He aimed high and he focused on his goal and he sailed through. To make his accommodation free of cost, he became the first freshman to become hostel in charge. For his academic fee, he got lucky. Sometimes his siblings gave him money, sometimes his friends happily gave him a loan, and sometimes his luck played in teen patti. This very experience has pushed me to think beyond what is possible, to dream and to aim high. The second learning, don't differentiate on social class. I happened to pass by his college last year in 2012. Papa asked me if we could stop by and meet his pan wala. I was surprised. How would Papa introduce himself? Would the shop be there? Would the original owner be there? I calculated. It was 35 years since he had graduated. To my surprise, the pan wala saw Papa and I could see glee in his eyes. He did not just recognize him, but he was happy to recognize and receive his old friend. 35 years, 35 batches, 10,500 students, but how can you not remember one student who treated you as a friend? Holding the highest post in his cadre, I have seen people across ranks come to him and discuss their problem with him. Some see a father in him, some see a friend in him, some see a guide in him. Rarely anyone sees him as a boss outside office. As kids, I remember having visited House of Camp Audley to the House of Officers, but we were told to just treat every elder with respect, treat everyone, and do not differentiate on class. The third learning, pamper your children, play with them, show your love through hugs and kisses. This is where I feel my sister and I had the best childhood possible. In his morning walk, he would go and get scented flowers and place it on our bedsides. Lunch, we always had a story. Post lunch, he would play carom, and evenings we would find Dr. Pandey with his daughters, one on each shoulder. Nights, we were cuddled between the warmth of our parents. I'm putting this in writing, that never have I or Didi received any beating from Papa. Both Didi and I try to replicate some bit of it for my niece Satvik. We pamper her, we play her, we hug her, we kiss her, the same way as we got when we were her age. The next learning, keep your word and promise to your family. Papa is lactose intolerant. He cannot enjoy the delicacies like ice cream, rasgulla, gulab jamun. After joining forces, he developed the taste for non-veg, and he also found moderate intake of alcohol as soothing. One fine day, his daughters tell him to leave alcohol and non-veg food. And he did. He hasn't taken a drink or eaten non-veg since last 4 years. A habit of 30 years he had left and kept his word because we had asked him to. Now things I owe to the forces, including ITBP, NSG, SPG, BSF and CRPF. Bonding between my sister and I. In some postings like the Thoda Girls, there weren't any kid in the campus of our age. On Holi, Didi and I played colors just between two of us. For any game, we had just each other. I believe this is what has set foundation so strong that even when we are a mile away, we talk to each other every day and we meet at least 4 times a day. I owe it to the forces to have found best friend in my sibling. The second learning I have got from the forces is value of time. Today for any conference call in my office or for any meeting, I am the one who arrived early. Having spent at least 10 years of my life outside campus, I still haven't adapted to the so-called Indian Standard Time. I have learning I have learned from the courses is the confidence to create impression in a room of strangers. I was born an introvert girl, a girl who was afraid of strangers. But being a forces girl, you can't afford to be an introvert. I've done schooling from 8 different schools. I had to make friends every time I entered a new class full of strangers. And I carry that confidence even today at professional level. I try and create an impression every time I walk in a room of strangers. There are a set of cherished memories which I owe to the forces. In school, I used to talk to my classmates, how did they celebrate Independence Day? I would ask them about the flag hosting ceremony, the Bada Khana. I would tell them about cycling by the lake, our New Year's party, the open theatre. And I always got puzzled look in response. And I wondered what kind of homes my schoolmates would be living in. Innocently, I believed them to be poor kids. As a grown-up lady, I have hundreds of stories of our growing up years. Our escapade to mini jungle, our secret mission of finding a rare breed of flower, our ceremony of cremating a dead house. These are the most cherished memories which always bring smile to our faces. The last and the most important learning is a learning that nothing is permanent. We have changed 12 houses in my lifetime, and these are excluding the hostels and cities I have lived independently. As a young child, we would feel bad leaving a place, but over the years, so many changes has given us this learning, which is rare to find in my generation. Learning that nothing except change is permanent. And so is my association with forces. It is this very force which has taught me to say goodbye gracefully and look forward and adapt to life after changes. Thank you, Papa, and thank you, ITBP, for bringing up characteristics of two girls. Thank you.